I call him back, and he says, I'm like, how you doing? He goes, well, my wife died a year and a half ago. I said, you know what? And I said to him, because I didn't know how to approach this situation that I'm in right now with this person that reached out to me. And I said, hey, man, Shane. I said, guess who called me the other day? He goes, who? And I told him. And he goes, oh, yeah. What's he been up to? And I go, well, I'm going to tell you what I told him. So many years ago, I worked for Home Depot. When we moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, I worked for the Kannapolis store, Home Depot. And I came across this guy. Thought he was funny. We hit it off. He's an older guy. I was probably 45, 43, somewhere around there. And he was 65 or, I don't know, early 60s. And we became friends. And I was, we had the whole COVID thing. And he was still working at Home Depot. And he needed extra money. He needed, some kind of income. He had a wife that was not in the best shape at, living at home and stuff. So he was the main provider. So during the whole COVID thing, I would say, hey, you want to come over here and work on this, I'll pay you for this and so on and so forth. His name is Dan. I'm going to say Dan. You've heard me talk about IT Dan. So now everything's on the table now. Everyone knows who everyone is. All the players are in line here. So Dan would help me out here in the studio. He would help me set things up and get things right and clean the computer up for this. And he was really, really beneficial. He did well. And he charged at the time, friend rates. Hey, I'll come over and clean your system and stuff. He would drive over here and, clean this out and do all this stuff and defrag computer stuff. And he'd charge me, $60, $70, whatever it was, for an hour and a half of his work to do all that. And then he'd drive home. And then COVID hit, and then he had no money coming in. So I said, Dan, I need some stuff done. Can you help me do this? I'll pay you. So we were redoing the tack room bathroom and, tiling the walls and doing all that stuff. And I'm helping him out, and I'm there helping him. So there's two of us, and we're doing it together. And, he charged me whatever per hour and stuff.